Good morning and welcome back to another video. So today is a little bit of a review video. We're going to be taking a look at an absolutely fantastic single man tent that is absolutely perfect for multi-day hikes. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Fjern Gökotta. Gökotta doesn't have any direct translation in English. It basically means getting up with the sunrise, and this tent would be an absolute perfect tent to be getting up and watching a beautiful sunrise. You can see that it does pack down really small. It's about 45 centimeters long. It's got a diameter maximum of about 20 centimeters there, and it weighs just 1.1 kilos. So it is an absolute brilliant tent if you're looking for a really lightweight packable tent that you can use on multi-day trips. So let's take it out of the bag and let's get it set up and take a look at the Fjern Gökotta. So the first thing I like about this bag is it's not going to be a nightmare to pack this tent away. So you've got these two little webbing buckles here that you can just undo, and then you've got the drawstring here, and then you've got this wide gape on the bag there, so it's just really easy to get the tent in and out, so you're not trying to stuff it into a bag. So opening up the bag, you've got the instructions on the inside there on how to set up the tent. You've got a bag with your pegs, and then you've got your tent all rolled up with your poles inside of it. So one thing to mention about this tent is the floor of the inner is only made out of 70D ripstop nylon, so it's not massively durable. If you're in a forest like something like this, or in a rocky area, you're going to want to put something down just to protect the bottom of your tent so you're not going to get any scrapes or holes inside of it. So currently there's no ground sheet available for this tent, but I believe it is on the cards to have one available. But I'll just show you a little hack that I use, using a piece of Tyvek sheet just to protect the bottom of the tent. So there we go. So this is the floor. So as you can see by this, it's not a massively durable bottom here. 70D ripstop nylon, so definitely stick a ground sheet down. Now I use Tyvek for pretty much all of my ground sheets because it's really lightweight. It's really durable. Only thing is, it does make a bit of a noise. You can cut it to exactly the same shape as what your bottom of your tent is, and it's blooming cheap as well. So we'll get the tent set up on top of this. Now this tent is an inner pitch first. Now personally, I prefer a tent that is an outer pitch first, because if it's raining, you want to be able to get the outer shell up and then get all of your stuff inside. With an inner pitch first, you're going to have to pitch the inner and then put the outer shell on top of it, therefore that the inner could possibly get wet while you're setting it up. So as you can see, we've got the inner laying on top of the Tyvek sheet there. So the Tyvek sheet is cut exactly the same dimensions as the inner there. So we'll just get our bag of pegs, get the corners pegged out, and then we'll look at putting the one-piece pole together. So on the corners, you've got a piece of webbing coming off your tent here with a piece of aluminium. That's what clips your pole on. And we're literally, all we're going to do is just continue this straight line from the tent all the way out here, and then just get that peg in the ground. So once you've got the four corners of the inner peg down, grab the bag with the pole in it, and then we'll get the pole all set up, ready to hang the inner off it. So as mentioned before, it's a one-piece pole. So once you've got that all set up into place, you just lay that over the inner, and then we'll start to connect that up. So it's a really simple connection system here. You just got these aluminium bits that we pointed out earlier on. All you need to do is just stick your pole into there on that side, and then into the other one on the other side. And then we're just lifting the pole up, inserting that into that one there, bringing it across, and just clicking it into place there. Right, and now we can just start to clip the inner to the pole, and then when it comes to the cross beams here, all you need to do is just slip the inner, hold that in place, and then grab the other side and click that into place. Otherwise it's just going to slip off. And then we've got the final two clips for the inner. So before we put the outer onto this tent, let's just take a little bit of a look at the inner here. So as you can see, it's freestanding. You've got a bathtub design on the floor there with a hydrostatic head of 5,000. Now, space-wise inside of here, remember this is a soloist, minimalistic tent here. So I can get inside of here. My feet are at the bottom there. I can lay down easy. There's enough space for me to wiggle about and have a few bits of gear inside of it as well. I can sit up inside of the tent. I've got a gear loop here, and another one behind me. You've got these little pockets just here, so you can shove a little bit of gear inside of it as well. So it is an absolutely brilliant little tent. Right, let's get the outer on and see what it looks like then. So really simple to put the outer on. Just make sure you've got the door on the side where your door is on your inner. So get your outer roughly in the right position. Find the corner with the black piece of webbing with the red piece of aluminium there, and then we're just going to lift up the pole and just slot that over there. And then we'll do that on the other 3 corners. Don't worry about doing it up tight as yet. So once your corners are in place, you can then do the ends by just putting a peg in there. You want this guy line to be roughly just at the point of where your pole splits on the inside there. You can then adjust the sides using your black adjustable bits of webbing here, and then on the side or the back, whatever you want to call it. And then we've got the door, so make sure you've got a nice tight line on that side there, and then you've got the other peg here as well, so that can peg down that side as well. And then all you need to do is just unloop one side, and then you can open up your door there. So the great thing about this tent is you can roll the sides of the vestibule up on both sides. So if you don't need your vestibule, you can just tie it up like so. So you've also got 4 sets of storm guy lines, 1 on each end and 1 on each side. You've got a good bit of ventilation on the back that can be secured away if the weather's really inclement. So the size of the Gökotta is absolutely brilliant. In the vestibule, you can easily put a 48-litre rucksack here. If it was fully closed, it's going to be roughly where my line of my feet is out to the side of the tent there. You could get a 60-70-litre rucksack in here, or pile it all up into the back there, and you've got space to cook if the weather's really inclement. So space inside the inner, you've got roughly about the same space as what you've got inside of a Terra Nova Laser 1 or the Wild Country Zephyros 1. There's not tons of space in there, but there's enough. There is enough for you to get your sleeping pad in there and a few other bits and bobs that you need for the evening. So let's just run through a few of the specifications of the Gökotta. So it weighs 1.1 kgs. It's a simple freestanding tent there. The outer shell has got a hydrostatic head of 3,000 and the bathtub floor's got a hydrostatic head of 5,000. There's plenty of space inside of it there. You've got a massive vestibule that can be completely rolled open if you want to. It's got a sleeping length of 213 centimeters, a width of 75 centimeters, and a height of 100 centimeters. So let's talk Wonga. So this tent retails at £400. So please don't forget the 30% discount code at the bottom of the screen there, and also in the description below. If you want some more information about the tent, I'll stick all of the specifications in the description, and also a link to a post I've done on the website about the tent. So this is the Fjern Gökotta 1. There is a Gökotta 2 as well if you want a tent that's like this for 2 people. So thank you for watching this video. So my name is Martin. If you're new to the channel, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm into my fishing, my hiking, my bushcraft, my packraft, and just generally being outdoors. So thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll catch you next time on the next one.